Welcome to Car Sales Talk 101, where it's all about life in the car business. Telling you like it is. Here's the man with the plan, Terry Cameron. Let's get started.
Welcome back to Car Sales Talk 101. I'm Terry Cameron. Thanks for hanging out with me again this week. Episode number 194, Pros versus Amateurs. But before we get started on this, I'd like to ask you to hop on over to Apple Podcast and please give me a rating. Possibly even write me a review. I sure do appreciate it. And remember, the lady at the very end of this episode will give you my email just in case you have a question that I can address. And I promise I'll do my best to answer every one of them. So let's go ahead and get started. Pros versus amateurs. Car salespeople come to work every day carrying negative stereotypes on their shoulders. These perceptions stem from the customer's previous car buying experience, the shortcomings of the sales professional, stories from friends, even television and movies depicting car salespeople. Over the last decade or so, the auto industry has changed with the introduction of so many different digital technology applications, but the image of the sleazy amateur car salesman still remains. So how do we as sales professionals break that spell and gain the trust we deserve? Well, that's easy. Be dedicated to your profession and quality customer service. Salespeople who do their best to deliver positive buyer experiences will always rise to the top and help dispose the sleazy car salesperson persona. Let's compare the pros and amateurs in our business. Pros focus on the customer, while amateurs focus only on the sale. Customers are wary of the stereotypical salesperson, and they come in ready to fight. Regardless how excited they may be to get a new car, they're not looking forward to dealing with a car salesperson, and they expect to be pressured into buying. The guards are up, and they're on the alert for the salesperson who wants to close the deal as soon as possible. Although many people know what they want before arriving at a dealership, they may need time to think it over. Take the focus off the sale and get to know your customer. People want to buy from people they feel comfortable with. If the customer is considering options and requesting quotes from other dealerships, make quality service your biggest selling point. It's time to sell the bee back. When it's clear they're not ready to buy, focus on setting another appointment. You must set yourself apart from the sleazy salesperson that they're going to meet down the street. Don't believe that every customer who leaves without a car won't come back. Don't be the salesman that tries his best to make a deal on the spot and ends up just pushing the customer away. Pros control the conversation by asking questions. Amateurs think they already know the answers. Customers believe they have unique wants and needs. There's a reason that the customer's on your lot and looking for a certain type of car. Just like my mom always says, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Learn to listen to your customer, and I mean really listen, and then you can ask questions that are pertinent, and with the help of the customer, you can be the hero and solve their problem. Customers want to deal with a professional who can understand their needs and then figure out a way to meet them. The amateur salesperson believes he knows what the customer wants better than the customer does. From the very beginning to the last meeting, he tells the customer what to do, what to buy, and where to sign. Let your customers make that decision. Guide them towards purchases that suit their needs and fill the role of a trusted advisor. Some may need more direction than others, but generally, the customer likes to feel in control. Remember, customers don't want to be sold, but they do want to buy. It's your job to ensure they buy from you. And after this break, we're going to talk a little bit more about the difference between pros and amateurs. Auto dealers, do you know where your vehicles are and when they'll arrive? I know the inventory management challenge dealers face, so I'm certain the answer is a resounding no. But Montway Auto Transport can change your answer to a confident yes with the Montway Automation Portal, better known as MAP, M-A-P. MAP offers a smarter way to move and manage orders while giving you end-to-end visibility of all inbound and outbound units. You can upload VINs, get pricing, dispatch the orders, and track every unit on the dashboard. Leveraging MAP can save you time and money and get your vehicles to your lots quicker to sell. With MAP, you can book, track, and manage your inventory from one revolutionary platform. See MAP in action at www.montway.com/map. Now write this down, www.montway.com/map, and put your dealership on the map. Welcome back. Pros underpromise and overdeliver. Amateurs overpromise and never deliver. When it comes to purchasing a car and the subsequent financing, customers want to receive a good deal. Now, depending on credit history, income, and budget, sometimes there are better options than others that might be available. Other times, it's not possible to meet the budgetary requirements. Instead of being upfront, the amateur car salesman tells his customer exactly what they want to hear, regardless of what's possible. The only thing that matters is getting them into the box and getting that signature on the dotted line. You have to be transparent. Honesty is the best policy for every relationship. If a customer's budget or credit history is a problem, work with them to find solutions and new options. At the end of the day, if you still can't work out a deal, the customer will appreciate your professionalism. Quality service will come back in referrals down the road. I've seen it many, many times. Pros are transparent. Amateurs hide the issues. Buying a car is an important decision for consumers. They usually have a lot of wants and needs that need to be considered before they purchase. For instance, a mother with young children will want the best safety features. Once she communicates her needs, she doesn't want those needs to get in the way of weighing the pros and cons. But once the amateur car salesman finds a car that meets the specified needs that the customer brought up, he downplays them and the blemishes and focuses on the benefits. He doesn't mention that there were 3 previous owners on the vehicle or the fact that the car has been in an accident. We need to work to find a vehicle that meets their needs but gives the customer a full view of the purchase. As mentioned earlier, transparency is key to developing trust. If you can communicate issues clearly and provide options to fix them, you'll have a happier customer. Warren Buffett says, "It's not enough just to satisfy your customers because that's what they expect." He says you need to delight your customers if you plan on earning the sale and any subsequent sales down the road. Pros answer the phone, amateurs turn into a ghost after the purchase. Customers expect and appreciate follow-up after sale. If any issues come up within the first few weeks of ownership, they want to have a point of reference at the dealership and the service department. We all know that salesperson. You know the one that can't be reached after the sale, either through phone or email, and it shows that the salesperson never cared in the first place. In fact, it's probably happened to you in the past. I know I've experienced this terrible treatment several times. The amateur car salesman only cares about the money. He'll put on a performance for the customer. He'll tell funny stories, have huge smiles, a firm handshake. But once the sale's complete, he never reaches out again. Nor does he pick up the phone or answer emails. He washes his hands right away. In Carl Sewell's book, Customers for Life, he states being nice to people is just 20% of providing good customer service, and all the smiles in the world aren't going to help you if your service is not what the customer wants. The pros send a brief handwritten letter to their customers 1 or 2 weeks after their purchase. That shows them that you'll be available for help if needed. 4 or 5 months down the road, reach out through email and ask how the car's running. Good follow-up can lead to new business and strong referrals. Pros build a reputation. Amateurs reinforce stereotypes. The best professional salespeople work diligently to market themselves and earn a positive and professional reputation. Being known in your community as someone that is respected and trusted does more for your career than you'll ever know. The amateurs seem as though they go out of the way to muddy the water and prove to the world that the stereotypes that plague our profession are not only true but extensive. The white patent leather shoe wearing salesperson that can be spotted a mile away. Customers come on our lot almost expecting to run into the cussing, spitting, smoking salesperson with the big grin and fancy word tracks. And suddenly all the sitcoms, movies, and YouTube videos are confirmed. However, if lucky enough, the customers will be greeted by a pro, and little by little, the stereotypes are whittled away and the sales pro is rewarded with a commission And the rest of us get a little bump in the eyes of future customers that may be referred to us. Here's an extra tip. If you really want to set yourself apart from those amateurs, make the effort to market yourself over digital platforms. Ask to upload videos to the dealership website and engage with people via social media. If you take every available step to show you're not a sleazy amateur car salesman, but a genuine professional, you'll have no issues finding new customers and earning better commissions. So now it's time to reflect on your process and fine-tune anything and everything that you would not consider being a pro. It's just too damn important and crucial to how we as salespeople are perceived and whether we'll have a successful career in the car business or not. Quit making excuses. And remember, the sky's the limit. I'll see you soon.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Please rate it and write a review on Apple Podcast. We appreciate your valuable feedback. You can email Terry at 10minutesalestalk@hot.rr.com. And don't forget to share the show with a friend.